welcome back to day 15 of our Proverbs. We're in chapter 15. This is a good one here. Excited to jump in it, and I'm going to jump right off into it. I hope this video finds you well. I hope you find something out of it that can help you. Or maybe you know somebody that needs to hear something in this that you can help. But here we go. Chapter 15 of Proverbs, verse 1 says, "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger." That's saying right there, have you ever tried to argue in a whisper? It is equally hard to argue with someone who insists on answering softly. On the other hand, a rising voice and harsh words almost always trigger an angry response. To turn away wrath and seek peace, quiet words are your best choice. Verse 2, "The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good." Say that one more time. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding evil and the good. It says there, at times it seems that God has let evil run rampant in the world, and we wonder if he even notices it, but God sees it clearly, both the evil actions and the evil intentions lying behind them. He is not an indifferent observer. He cares and is active in our world. Right now, his work may be unseen and unfelt, but don't give up. One day he will wipe out evil and punish the evildoers, just as he will establish the good and reward those who do his will. It's all about the end goal, looking at the end. Number 4, a wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. A fool despiseth his father's instruction, but he that regardeth reproof is prudent. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the revenues of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the fool doeth not so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but he loveth him that followeth after righteousness. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. Hell and destruction are before the Lord, how much more than the hearts of the children of man? A scorner loveth not one that reproveth him, neither will he go unto the wise. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. The heart of him that hath understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness. Saying there in 14, what we feed our minds is just as important as what we feed our bodies. The kinds of books we read, the people we talk with, the music we listen to, the films we watch are all part of our mental diet. What you feed your mind influences your total health and well-being. Thus, a strong desire to discover truth is a mark of wisdom. Verse 15, "All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he that is of a merry heart hath a continual feast." There it's saying our attitudes color our whole personality. We cannot always choose what happens to us, but we can choose our attitude towards each situation. The secret to a happy heart is filling our minds with thoughts that are true, pure, and lovely. Thoughts that dwell on good things in life. Like in Philippians 4:8, this was Paul's secret as he faced imprisonment, and it can be ours as we face the struggles of daily living. Look at your attitudes and then examine what you allow to enter your mind and what you choose to dwell on. You may need to make some changes. So we're going now to verse 16. "Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith." I've heard that one before. Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. Better to love the Lord, fear him, than to have great treasures, because you're going to have trouble with all your treasures. Verse 17, better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. I think Wagyu, like Wagyu steak, some of the best steak you're supposed to be able to buy, and it's a stalled up cow. I don't think it's ever able to move. It's never able to use its muscles. So it's saying there that it's just basically the same thing, that it's better to eat herbs where love is than have a stalled ox and hatred therewith. Verse 18, a wrathful man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeaseth strife. The way of the slothful man is a hedge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is made plain. What it's saying there in 17 and 19, the way of righteous doesn't always seem easy, but look at the alternatives. Hatred, anger, and laziness cause problems that the good person does not have to face. By comparison, his life is smooth, level road because it is built on a solid foundation of love for God. Verse 20, a wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish man despiseth his mother. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. Saying there, those with tunnel vision, people who are locked into one way of thinking and are likely to miss the right road because they have closed their minds to any new options. We need the help of those who can enlarge our vision and broaden our perspective. Seek out the advice of those who know you and have a wealth of experience. Build a network of counselors, then be open to new ideas and be willing to weigh their suggestions carefully. Your plans will be stronger and more likely to succeed. Verse 23, a man hath joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good is it? The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the window. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. Verse 28, the heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. Saying there in verse 28, the good man thinks before he speaks because he wants to say what he knows in the best possible way. A good man thinks before he speaks because he wants to say what he knows in the best possible way. The evil man doesn't wait to speak because he doesn't care about the effects of his words. It is important to have something to say, but it is equally important to say it well. Do you carefully plan your words, or do you pour out your thoughts without concern for their impact? And that's something that I can work on, we can all work on. Think before we speak. The evil man doesn't wait to speak because he doesn't care about the effects of his words. Verse 29, the Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoice on the heart, and a good report maketh bones fat. The ear that heareth the reproof of life abideth among the wise. He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul, but he that heareth reproof getteth understanding. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. That's really good. I like that. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. That's amazing that we serve a God that can hear our prayer down here on earth. He can hear our little prayer. Sent his son down here to die for us. It's all about choices. Last night, our pastor, Brother Rick Dorley, he said, you ever thought about it? You know, Jesus had choice. He had a choice. He didn't have to walk up to Calvary. He didn't have to carry the cross. He could have gave it up at any minute. Thousands of angels were sharpening their sword, waiting on him to give the call, but he never did. He died for us. And if you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, stay tuned to the end of the video. We have a plan of salvation. Ask the Lord into your heart wholeheartedly. He's already paid the price for us. He's done the work. All we got to do is accept Him into our heart. Just ask Him, Lord, just come into my heart. Help me. Take this from me. If you got addictions, if you're struggling with anything, everything's an addiction, whether it's addicted to a drug, a tobacco, or alcohol, and you can get addicted to fishing, addicted to hunting, to where it takes away your church time and your prayer time and your time with Jesus. Don't get addicted to this world. But I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow we'll be in chapter 16. It'll be a good chapter. Y'all have a good one, and until next time, see y'all tomorrow.